Well, how do there, chums? 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, I'm just going to be giving a quick Voyagers guide. Now, this is going to be the very basics of Voyagers. I will be doing other guides, so if you like this one, be sure to hit like and subscribe, all that sort of shenanigans, you know what you're doing. This first video is how to access the actual ability to even build these ships, general, how you go about building them, how you do the interiors, and that's pretty much all, and how to find more salvageable parts to build these ships with. So let's get into this, people. Okay, chums, I'm inside of a space station, and I'm facing the entrance over there at the moment. Over this way is where all the vendors are, lovely jubbly, and the big core. Over to the left, so when you get out of your ship, over to the left you can see these teleporters. I thought they were just lights to start off with. I thought they were just set dressing. No, they're functional. You go stand in one, that's going to take you way past your actual other ship. Look, there's my ship there. We're miles away now, right at the actual front area of the actual station. And look at this. We've got this little build-in module here, and we've also got this over here, the Corvette workshop cache. So you're going to get refunded all your Corvax parts if you actually break one down. You can see I've got a couple of pieces already inside of my inventory space. Now, I am inside of creative mode as a little bit of a heads up, but if you go into the Corvette workshop, cool, and you can create a new Corvette, or you can purchase modules. Going to purchase modules, you can actually trade for more advanced modules, but from what I'm seeing at the moment, all this list of the parts that are in here are pretty much the same parts that I'm seeing inside of the actual workshop anyway at the moment. So I'll show you how you can find some parts down on planet in a bit. I'm just going to get to work and start building out a Corvette. The thing that I need to say to you though, people, is you need to put down landing gear. Now, you can see there's a warning above my head right here. It tells you what you've got to build. You've got to have those components for your ship to be flyable. So make sure you've got all those things. Landing gear is pretty much how you're going to start your build. Now, I'm thinking of building a medium sort of size Corvette, something that's comfortable for me and a couple of my mates. And I'm thinking maybe go for something that looks almost like a little mini salamander. I think that would be quite nice, like a little sort of like, it's kind of what I built inside of Starfield. Anyway, I'm going to get to work, but yeah, you need to put down these things. So I want 4 of these because I want to have like little legs for it. So yeah, I'm going to evenly space them like thus. Coolio. Now, I don't think it's got as many options as inside Starfield, you know, like where you've got all the mirroring and swapping, but it's very easy. This is very much Lego. Okay, well, I'll get to work and I'll show you what I build in a moment. Well, chums, I think I've made a fairly fandangly cool like ship. Now, I think this looks pretty darn nice. I'm fairly happy with that. So there we go, there's my damage potential, there's all my stats up there. It's not the best, but there we go. Finalize current design. Yeah, there we go. Daughter of the Bokashi. It's only a C-class at the moment. I need to put in all my weapon modules and things like that, which is something that you need to do. So although you've built it, you can then put in weapon modules to make it more powerful. So anyway, there we go. Finalize current thing. Compare. And then add to current collection, which is, there we are. Done, diddly and done. Now that you've made your ship, what I suggest you do is you design and do up all the interior of said ship. Yes, you've got a build menu. You can build whatever you like inside of here. You can't put a teleporter in there. But yeah, I'm going to go do the interior now, and I'll reconvene. Okay, chums, well, I've built up all my interior. So when you go in, you've got like a little nutrient processor here, which is all functional. Lovely jubbly. Heck yes. And on the opposite side, I've got my storage container. It's just my base building stuffage or whatever. Well, that's what I labelled it as. It's not that now. I've got a bunk bed on that side, and I've got this thing, which is a medi bay. The med bay you can't interact with. The bed you can't interact with. I just put them there as bits of eye candy. I have got quite a lot of places for my crew to sit just here, because I'm only through those doors. I'm going to be in the pilot's seat, I guess, and I can fly pretty much anywhere. Dusty B, thank you for subscribing. Heck yes. So we've got this little chair down there. Lovely jubbly. And then we've got over here, I've got a couple more seats here, mainly because there's a window that they can watch the world go by. Then there's one other seat here, and there's like a little area here. So there's a whole array of seats and places for them to sit if they like. And through here, I've got a yeah, you can put plants in here. So I've got some geknip and I've got something else I'm planting. I've got a standing wall. I've got a refiner there as well. And then over at the opposite side, what do I do? What have we got here? Yeah, I was showing you that. This is the pièce de résistance. Make sure you've installed a mission radar, because here you can actually choose to do missions straight away from inside of here. Pretty darn freaking awesome, I guess. And look, that one is for Quicksilver. Gather milk. Lovely jobs. I don't know whether we're going to get the weekend mission appear here on a Friday, but that can make it a lot easier to run the weekend mission. If it does appear, I'll be sure to check that on Friday. But this is so cool, especially if we could run our missions on it. There it goes. And there's my little pilot seat down there. So I think this is ready now to fly on out. Let's take it out for a spin. Zoom, and away we go. Awesome. Now, I have changed all the colour of this and all that sort of shenanigans, and that's pretty much my little mini guide on how to build a ship. Interior, exterior, and I tried to make this almost look like a salamander. I kept it quite lizard-esque. So it's got like little landing pads underneath. But then these legs, I'm hoping when we land on a planet, are going to look cool. I tell you what, I'll go land on a planet and we'll see if it does look cool. Hey, it doesn't look cool when you landed at a trading post. Oh my days. This dissonant planet, I don't know if you can see this, but there's loads of weird visual distortions going on here now. That'd be freaking weird in VR. Anyway, let's call my ship in. Let's see how it looks animation wise. Here it comes. There's the landing thrusters. Look at the little side arms on it as well. Yes, that is freaking cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Righto. Okay. Now I need to show you where you can find stuff on planets. My character's head just come off then. Did you see that? That was freaking weird. Oh, look. His head's come off a bit. That's weird. All right. Well, anyway, I'll reconvene in a moment. Okay, chums, you're going to need to find yourself a planet that has salvageable scrap on it. Now, I'm just so happily lucky enough that one of my settlements has got salvageable scrap. So, you know what, I'd give you the coordinates anyway to my settlement planet. So let's head on out and let's go dig up some salvageable scrap, shall we? Right, cool. Something to notice when you're at your settlements, you might see a new logo, which is this over here. If I head on over to it, you'd see my giant freaking ship is trying to land on a landing pad over here, people. Pretty darn freaking lovely. But look, you got a little teleporter here as well. Pretty darn sweet. Right, I think I might have to move my ship up a bit to show you a little bit more. Bit odd. Right, I'll stick it over there for a second. Cool. Well, I don't know what happened there, chums. That thing that was sticking out this landing pad has vanished. And my ship is just over here hovering in the middle of nowhere. I think because there was a ship already on this landing pad, maybe it went a little bit squiffy. I don't know. But that was a bit weird anyway. I'm wondering whether we might have some sort of controls at our settlements for our actual big new ships, but I can't be sure. Anyway, let's go and pick up some salvageable scrap, shall we? That's what I was hoping to do before that logo distracted me. And at the moment, I'm not seeing any signs for any salvageable scrap. So I'll reconvene in a moment. Okay, chums, well, I've spotted some salvageable scrap. 431 youth away, so we're going to have to go and dig that up. I'm probably going to stick my game into normal mode to see what happens when we disturb the ground there. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, chums, here are the coordinates for my salvageable scrap planet. Please don't build on top of my settlement, but build anywhere else you like. Okay. Right, there we go. Well, I've arrived at Coated. Right, firstly, I'm going to need my terrain manipulator to dig it out the ground. Lovely. And this is what it looks like. So before, you used to get awarded things that you could sell for units here, and I don't think anybody really bothered. It's not the best way to get them. In fact, digging up ancient bones is probably better. I'm going to use my mining beam, and we're going to melt each of these sections, and hopefully you're going to see I get something appear. Maybe above my head there. There we go. I just got a swept casing. Okay, times 2 of them. Pretty darn sweet. Swept casing, a piece of hull, a cowling for Corvette. Nice, and we can fit that back up in the space station. So it's a case that you can dig up this stuff and maybe find things that maybe might not be inside of that catalogue already for building out your ship. Maybe you can make something look really darn sweet and customizable. I'm not 100% sure. Now, they did say there's like about 100 base parts or ship parts. Well, these new Corvette parts, I should say. And yes, there is quite a lot of them. Where's my ship marker gone? Does it still show its ship? Yes, there you go, ship marker this way. Right, I head back to my ship. Chums, instead of heading back to my ship, I thought I'd dig up one more salvaged container. Main reason is nothing happened on the last one. I was half expecting to get battered by sentinels, right? I didn't. No sentinels turned up. So let's have a look how we get on with this one. Right, let's use my manic beam. Boom! Take off the conjoining parts and let's pop and open this one. Let's see what we get. Oh, I got a couple of things there. Sparked compressor ×1 and an Argonaut fuel cover. Very nice. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Nice! We got a fair bit of stuff. Right. Well, instead of just... hello. Don't mind if I do. Nanites. I don't know whether these things land on water. Let's see if I can summon it onto the water. I didn't install any aquajets. Let's call it in. No, I don't think it will let me on water. Oh, okay. I can put it there. I do for now. But I did mention about putting in all your weaponry in your tech. Okay, so when you call in your ship... Oh dear, I think I've just crashed the game, man. Yeah, you have to make sure you've got your stuff installed up here, I believe, or else I don't think it fires many weapons otherwise. Anyway, let's just get in for a second. Nice. And I'm going to take my ship off. I think I need to take the ship off. Oh no, here you go, I can do it here. So at the moment, I can't actually do much. I've got the phase beam in there, and I've got the Silatron ballista. What I haven't got any other weapons. So that's a little bit janky, isn't it? Let's have a quick look. See, technology. Yeah. So right now, because I've put so many corridors on the dang thing, I can't put many weapons in it. So that's a little bit of an oversight. Although it looks freaking awesome, I don't think it's going to be that handy in space at fighting. Okay, alright, well, instead of scrap this, what I might do is I might just go free up another ship slot by archiving one of my ships at my freighter, and I might make a secondary smaller ship that's more for combat related stuff. This would be going on expeditions with my mates, yeah? Going for a long haul thing. That's, you know, it's got all sorts in here, hasn't it? It's freaking livable. Right, let's call in my freighter, because I'm not sure how you land this on your freighter. Right. Well, there's my freighter. It's not going to fit in that freaking small hole, is it? Story of my life. Yeah, story of my life. So what happened? Do I just go and fly towards this and something will happen? Well, I don't think so. Oh, okay. Yeah. It lands here. Well, that's new. Okay. And how do I actually get in my freighter then? Right. Alrighty then. Okay, how do I actually get in my freighter? Do I have to go in here? No. This is interesting. Let me work this out. There's a big red button by the door. Beam aboard freighter. You have to press that. It's by your rear hatch. There we go. And then, oh look, we've got a green teleporter down here to get aboard our docked vessel. Righto. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Lovely. All right. Well, I'm going to go back on up to my freighter and store a ship. Probably my living ship. Living ships I could live without. See what I did there? Okay, if you do want to stow a ship, if you go to your fleet management console over here, you should be able to go to manage starship archive. And I'm just going to archive this one. It's going to grumble and say, yeah, you're going to lose all your stuff. Yeah, I don't care. Boom. Now I've got a free slot. At least I think I have. Yeah, I've got a couple of free slots actually. I'm going to go and make a couple more. Oh, I've got this one as well. I might go and tinker with this. But yeah, alright, well at least I can make a few ships now. But there you go, that's how you free up a free ship slot. Oh my god, I nearly swore. Well, that's something I've never seen before. Look at the top of that picker. There's a Viking up there. What are you doing up there, mate? Health and safety. He's standing on the railing. Oh my god, that's an insurance claim waiting to happen. Okay, chums, if you want to edit a different one of your big ships, if you go into here, you can call in any of your other ships onto here. But there you go, look, I can put in my big captain's one. That's the one that I've probably made too large. But I'm going to be pulling in this one that I build on my live stream. There we go. Now this is quite a small one. It's not the best one. But yeah, I'm going to completely rehash this one. I'm going to make a small ship, and it's just going to be for going out, maybe weekend missioning. It's going to have a missions console in there, and that's about it, and places for my friends to sit. I'm going to make this nice and small, and I'm going to be putting on a lot of weapons. I'm going to make this a fighting Corvette. Okay, chums, so this is the smaller ship that I've just built, and I've given it the metallic finish, and I think this one looks pretty darn snaz. It's got some awesome engines, got a lot of weaponry, and I've just got to do the interior now, people. Okay, chums, here's the rear hatch to this one. And as soon as you go in, it has an upstairs, and in here, if I can get in there, it's just all my storage containers. Got a load of storage containers in there. Got more storage containers over in the two sides. There is actually a window. It's the same over at the other side as well. And going up towards the captain's area, we've got a nutrient processor. We've got some farming areas, which I haven't put no plants in yet. We've got areas for people to sit. We've got a refining unit. We've got our missions unit, which is the most important one for multiplayer. And then here we go. So yeah, that's pretty much my interior tour of this one. Really like this one. I like this one a lot. I'm just going to put some plants in. I put in Gravitino balls. I think they're probably the most useful plant. Oh, and I've also got these things over here. Other ways to exit the ship. Yeah, open hatch. And you can get out that way then. Yeah, multiple ways to escape my ship. Alright, sweet. Alright, well, I think that's pretty much it, to be fair. I think that's cool. Yeah, that's that ship done. Well, how do? Yeah, just before I end off the video, just to let you know, chums, the actual patch notes are now up for the Voyagers update. All that video that I just put together was before these patch notes come out. There might be some things that change, but my next video is going to be on the patch notes, so I'm going to be getting into that. If you like the sounds of that, please hit a like, subscribe. There goes my doorbell. That's timing. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again.
Steve.